public hearing. It's 8:21. Any comments from the public are welcome at this moment. We are limiting the comments to 3 minutes, just like in citizen comments.
We'll wait till the mayor comes back.
You're kind of running it, so we have to.
Good evening, Council. I'm sorry, Mayor, you didn't give the meeting over to the Mayor Pro Tem, so I couldn't really proceed. So anyway, Gurpal Samra, I'm here to say that what the requests are, I think is too broad to be made a decision here at this time, because you are opening up lot in other parts of the city as well. You know, I don't know, but I think there's a state law that says 1,000 feet within residential school zones. If you're trying to narrow that down, it may be a conflict there. I think that there needs to be more research, and also to be able to allow this anywhere else. Nothing prevents somebody from opening next to a daycare center. You know, it can be a lot of things. And so I personally, as a citizen, think that send it back to the Planning Commission, let them hash it out, let them check out the state rules and everything with conflicts. And also the difference between what Rite Aid and CVS sells and what they're selling is CBD does not have a effect that's all good that we want from marijuana. Is really, you know, outside of medical needs, is pretty much CBD is all the highs and TCI, all that stuff is stripped away. So it's not the same thing as this business would be selling. So to me, I think if you folks will send it back to the Planning Commission, let them hash it out, bring it back, because this is too broad and it's opened up a lot of can of worms. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Good evening. My name is Juan Santana. I'm a native of Columbus, like many of us here and some people outside also. We came here with one purpose in mind, you know. We have our regulations already in place and no sales around here, and it's working fine. I don't see why we need to change everything just to allow a business. If they want to have a business, they can put it someplace else, you know, and that way we don't have to put up with any problems the future problems that we might have. So we suggest that this be denied because we have children. I don't want my family to come here. We have five different families that come from us. We have Knights of Columbus, Spanish Knights of Columbus, over 100 members, plus their families. And we all agree, as far as we know, that we don't want any more problems in here. The business is going to be closed, that's is clear. They're going to deliver, that's clear. But why, if they have to, if they're going to have a place that is closed, completely closed, and nobody knows who's going to be delivering, why not go someplace else away from our town, where we can I know the money will be fine, but peace of mind is better for us. Lately, I've been noticing, I was teaching in Modesto for 30 years, and now I've been here, living here in 16 years, farming for 25 years, and I love the town. I love it, especially now with the new council members, new mayor, new chief of police. Everything is working fine. Why look for more problems? I don't see any reason for that. If they want to have a business, great. Put it someplace else. Not close to our kids, not close to the schools, minimum 600 feet from any place like that, or living places. That'll be, if I buy a house 500 feet from that place, before they put a business there, I'm not going to be happy with it. So I don't see any reason to change everything that we have, and it's working. Why start all over and have more problems? I'd rather have the way it is now than maybe there'll be no problems, maybe. But what if we come up with more problems? So please take under consideration that there is at least 20 of us from the same group, Knights of Columbus in Spanish, from St. Jude's Catholic Church, with probably about 5,000 members, and we don't want that. It just makes sense, Want a business? Go someplace else. That's fine. You think cannabis doesn't hurt anybody? Great, consume it. But I don't want my kids to see that, or my families, or we don't want that.
Thank you.
Gurpal, you forgot to sign in. He always told me to sign in. Hello, City Council and Mayor. Oh, Gurpal didn't wear it when he had it on. Oh, sorry. I thought you were motioning me. Hello, City Council and Mayor. Thank you for this opportunity to come and speak. Wow. 153 signatures. People care in Livingston, and we need to admire that. We need to encourage parents who care about their kids. That is so hard to raise children these days. Believe me, I know, I've got 9 of them. You're scared a lot of times about the different things out there. What's coming before us is looking at changing the ordinance of our downtown commercial district. What would the city like the downtown to look like? And what this building is saying, what I heard the applicant say, locked in, no one allowed, sealed doors, security. So when I go to a downtown business, as a shopper, I like the picture windows. I like the open atmosphere. It is inviting. If there's a business that is all sealed up with security, and I am looking to start a business, let's say a flower shop, everybody likes flowers, especially girls, I don't want to put my business next to something that's all sealed. I want to have a traffic generating business next to them so I can get traffic to my business. When you're looking at changing an ordinance, I understand that this is what it means to him, but what would it mean to the next person that's coming in that wants to do it? We have to look at a broader picture. What will the change do? There is an ordinance on the book, and when the city makes an ordinance and somebody comes in and buys a piece of property or rents a piece of property with that ordinance in mind, it's like they've entered a contract with the city. Because I know that if I come into downtown to have my flower shop, that somebody next door isn't going to do agriculture and put a bunch of manure on the field and stink up the place for a week. Let's just say, for instance. That is why we have these zoning regulations. What I heard was there is a section in the city for this ordinance. I don't think this is the time to debate whether or not marijuana dispensaries should be legal or not legal. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about how we want our downtown and our community to look at. What will happen to the neighboring property values? And what the applicant said is very true. There is a perception out there, and that perception will affect other people's property values. So you have more things. You have the contract the city has with the people that own the property. You have the perceived impression that might affect the property value. You have what you would like your downtown to look like. And what the next person that's coming in, how they're going to perceive the ordinance. But the takeaway of this and our victory is there were over 150 people concerned enough to sign a petition to try and let our leaders, our council, our planning commissions, know their concerns and their thoughts. Please don't dismiss that. Please listen to that and really take care of your parents. Because I can tell you, as a mom, it's really hard to raise kids out here with so many things out there that can, so many pitfalls. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your comment.
Gosh. All right. All right. My name is Marla Hernandez. I am not a resident from Livingston, but I do live outside the county in Livingston. I have a freshman that just started Livingston High School and Yamato, where the store is going to be is the middle of the thoroughbred between both my kids. We're starting a trunk or treat. I understand he's not selling, if I'm correct, where you at? You're not selling weed or anything like that, right? The revenue that's coming from Turlock, that's a different kind of store which he's producing. The revenue everybody's looking for is not the same as Turlock, Atwater, Modesto. That's a different product he's trying to sell, but you're not changing. I'm talking real fast because I get nervous, sorry. You're not asking to change one ordinance or two, you're asking to change 5 ordinances that were recently, 97 is not that long ago. So I disagree. Once you start breaking one ordinance that the city, which I'm considered home, I do all my community service here. I try my best to be a participant in the city of Livingston. Opening a door to, you're just opening a door. For the revenue that you think that's coming from, if it's a CBT store, that's not the same revenue. That's a totally different mecca. So when I do my Easter trunk or treat that we're expected at the recreation, whose trunk's gonna be in front of that store? Locked down with security. I don't wanna be there. You think I want a cop or their personal security personnel behind me when I'm trying to give candy to the kids and trunk or treat because they have to be there? If this is what you want, I think I totally disagree with this process. There's other places in Livingston. Hey, you're going to the county, you're trying to purchase other properties, go out there. I live in the county, go out further. I wouldn't mind, go out there. But what you're asking is for them to be downtown, a locked location with security, do not know what they're doing out there. Family, friends, let's go get a taco at the taco truck down the street or across the street. What's this place? Well, they're locked down. I don't know what it is, but they have their address. But I think Livingston could do better. I think there's other locations in Livingston for your production. Downtown is not it. 5 years with 97, 98, 99, do the math. 5 years, and all of a sudden the town needs to change their mind. I think that the priorities are not where they need to be. And I think there's that's not the product that Livingston should have. That's okay. That's it. Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Thank you for your comment.
Hello, my name is Rosalio Salvin. I'm a member of the Knights of Columbus. And my question is, what is the main idea to put something like that in the main street. Like the lady said, there's 140 way over there. If the building will be closed, like he said, all the way around, take it away from the town, because the kids walk from one corner to other corner, and they're going to be asking, what is it in the store? And that's not what it is. I live in Winton, and what it is, I know a lot of people, they order that stuff, and they get it, and then they sell it outside. They got a car. That's right. They call, oh, I need this medicine, and then the other guys, they sell it to the kids or to the minors. I've been looking at, especially in Winton. If you know those guys from Winton, we try to clear the stuff because it's not right. It's a reason why they want to make stores on the main street. 5 years from right now, I guarantee they will be able to sell it in public. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment.
Good evening, Mayor and Councilman. I am the principal that collected all the signatures for the petition. And I'm very proud of it because I stand and I represent the students and their safety. And again, if I had more time, I would have collected or brought every single student in here. I have 589 students in my school, and I would have brought every single one of them here because it is their safety. I am the principal. I am here to advocate. I am not here to police you or anyone else. I took an oath for the safety of those students, and I will be here again and again if I have to. You need to understand that, okay? And as Councilman Maria said, that it was misinformation. Well, I have to tell you that not only do I have family in law enforcement, but I have friends. I have highway patrols. And guess what? I called him this afternoon. And unfortunately, he couldn't make it because he was working. But he said, what is Livingston doing? They have something great. They have a great community. They're expanding. You have new buildings coming up. They're bringing you revenue. Why does it have to be this revenue? He also added, do they know the crime rate that they're going to get as a result? As it is, they're already battling some crimes that are taking place, shootings downtown. You want to bring in some more? The ordinance, you eliminate it? There was a purpose behind that. Why are you ignoring it? I commend the previous councilman and the mayor that were here 2 years ago for standing up for it against moving forward. As everyone has shared with you, do it somewhere else. As Mr. Lark shared with you, there's some in Merced, there's some in Atwater, there's some in Turlock, Modesto. Why do we need it? I have the luxury of moving my children to a different school, but the rest of our families don't. I love Livingston. I love this community. I would recommend every parent to bring their children to Livingston. But it breaks my heart that, we're discussing this again. And we shouldn't. Whatever it is, oh, you know what? It's going to be closed doors. It makes no sense. If you go to the cannabis dispensary in Merced on Olive and R Street, it reeks marijuana. And that is what you're bringing in. A city that reeks marijuana. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment.
I think you need to look at reality. Reality is nobody cares about alcohol. I don't hear anybody talk about it. Probably from that end of town to that end of town, there's probably 25 places that sell alcohol. Every sporting event, everywhere you go, it's all about alcohol. I don't drink. I haven't drank in 8 years. I'm not planning to. I don't smoke weed either. But I'm all about reality. I'm about true politics And there's a big paradox about the alcohol. You drink 2 beers and you get in trouble. You can't drive. But it's sold everywhere. But the people that worry about the kids in front of this building that has no markings don't give a damn about all the places that sell alcohol. They're going to trunk or treat in front of them. They're going to do everything they do in front of them. People are sitting in the alley drinking alcohol. They're drinking alcohol everywhere. That's not a problem. But if you want to look at reality, the reality is CBD is an awesome product. God gave CBD to us to use. I've used it on my knees, I've used it on my elbows, I've used it all over the place. Works awesome. Because God gave it to us. I'm not sure He gave us alcohol. They're not talking about selling marijuana. They're not talking about people getting high and smoking weed all over the place. That's not what they're talking about. They're not talking about selling heroin. They're talking about selling CBD. That's a product God gave us. It helps people. Alcohol, I'm not sure it does. Just look at reality. Reality. True reality. Weigh it out.